2014 is Debra Borchardt, Markets Analyst for The Street. Debra, good to see you again. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
All right, so let's look ahead a little bit. You say interest rates are going to tick up just a little bit this year. So what does that mean for, say, buying a home?
All right, absolutely. Well, when rates go up, it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect car loans, home loans. It's going to affect maybe if you're in a fixed income fund in your 401k.
So does that mean I want to buy my home earlier in the year before they start moving up?
Absolutely. If you're thinking you're going to buy a home, you're going to get a better rate in the first 6 months versus the last 6 months of the year.
And that's the same with a car. You're saying it's better to buy a car?
It's going to affect everything. So it will be a trickle down on those prices of the bonds with the yields going up.
So, okay, you're talking about buying a car, let's say, this time of year. What about the difference between buying a car as opposed to leasing, and the time you should do that?
Well, I'm a firm believer of owning your car. I think that people should own it, and that way your money is going into something. With leasing, it's just, you're just borrowing the car for a limited amount of time. So, again, if you're going to buy a car, the car dealerships have been subsidizing these loans for years because they want us to buy their product. I think if you're looking at buying a car, do it at the beginning of the first 6 months of the year, at the beginning of the summer, as opposed to the end of the year, because you are going to get a better rate.
Just to go back to the houses for 1 second, if I'm thinking about buying a house but it's not urgent and I could do it a couple years from now, do I sit and wait or should I jump on this now before the rates keep going up?
You're definitely going to want to look at that more in 2014.
Okay.
Now, the mortgage rates are lower than the 10-year average. We're right about 4.5% on a 30-year fixed. The 10-year average, 5.3%. So we're still in a sweet spot, but those are going to start going up.
Stock market. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no.
The stock market, you had a good year last year.
Wow.
What about this year, do you think?
We had a phenomenal year in 2013 for stocks. I'm sure all of you saw your 401ks go up. It was great. 2014 expected to also have a good January, and I think we're really going to see good returns for the year. Certainly not the size of numbers we saw in 2014.
Now, you said it is a good idea to buy gold. I'm always confused about that. I see those commercials and
right.
I don't know, like.
And here's the thing, gold had a horrible year. Oh my gosh, everyone that was in gold, they lost their money. But here's the thing, with everybody jumping out of gold right now and with the price down, you're going to be able to get it at a very good price. And I think everyone should always have about 10% of their savings in gold. It's just a very safe place to be. And gold, even though it does come down, it always goes back up.
Now, where do you put your money? Because there's like, where do you keep your money? What kind of banks?
Okay, well, when we're talking about banks, if you've got a lot of accounts like a mortgage, a checking account, savings account, a big bank is going to give you a good deal if you get all your accounts in one place. If you're in a smaller town and maybe you need a small business loan or mortgage, maybe a local bank, because they're going to be very vested in the community. And if you're very cost conscious about maybe your checking account or something, look at a credit union. If you're okay with their hours, because their hours sometimes aren't that friendly, if you're okay with that, they have great bargains on accounts.
Quickly, before we go, Debra, you mentioned 401ks.
Cash is good. Small caps, those are the smaller companies that are still very strong.
But for you, Brooke, all gold.
All gold.
All gold, all the time.
All day.